Hey everybody, hey booktube. It's been a while. Now, a couple things. I want to let everybody know about tomorrow. Oh wait, no, not tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Anyway, Halloween. We will be doing a live stream on Halloween, and we're gonna be doing all sorts of fun stuff. So if you're not doing anything on Halloween, or the kids are in bed and you're ready to just like chill out, we will be doing some really cool stuff. Me and Zoe doing a live stream party thing. So, we'll be dressed up. It'll be fun. We'll have chat open, all sorts of good stuff. So that'll be really cool. So make sure you're around for that. And I wanted to kind of just go over some things, like kind of what I've been reading. I talked a little bit about this in the live stream I tried to do with Conan the other day that didn't work out. So let's just get in. Oh, yeah, I'm missing some of the books here. But yeah, so some of my Halloween reads. I read Clive Barker, The Hellbound Heart. Wasn't great. I think if you watch the Hellraiser movie, it's more enjoyable than this story. That's just a personal thing for me, though. The Omen wasn't great. It was okay. The problem with this is the film movie book, so it has pictures. And in the pictures, spoilers ahead, it has all of the like deaths and stuff in here. So, and the pictures are in the middle of the book. So when you're reading it, it'd been a while since I seen it, and then I get to all the pictures, and I'm like, ah, crap, yeah, I remember all this now. So it kind of ruined the rest of the book for me. Although I do like the way it ended in the book better than in the film, even though it was the same ending. Reading that ending works for me a lot better than visually seeing that ending. So that's how I felt about that. I also read Amityville Horror, and I don't know if I'm just got like tired of like haunted horror kind of stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give that book another read next year, but I seriously really disliked that book a lot. For those of you who saw the book haul, I reread the book that I've read a million times since childhood, Conan the Barbarian, the movie, the Marvel comic adaptation. Oh my god. You have no idea how many images in here I used to draw as a child. Like this, oh, and I love that. That was like one of the coolest things ever. Anyway, this was such a good read, and it's very nostalgic. So if you've never read this, I don't know if you would like it as much, but oh my god, this was probably one of the most enjoyable experiences with a book of any kind I've had in quite some time. So that was awesome. I started reading Stolen Sharpie Revolution, and it is shocking how much of this book and what Alex Reck talks about is seriously things that I went through, putting zines together when I was younger and stuff like that. This was so, I mean, I'm not even halfway through it yet. It is so amazing. So if you have any interest in the history of zines, how zines are done, how to make your own zine, anything like that, definitely look this book up. It's $8 on Amazon new. It's so worth it. Every page in here is just gorgeous. Like old school zine looking. I cannot recommend this book enough if you have any interest in zine culture. So definitely check that out. I also read I, Robot. by Isaac Asimov. And I have the screenplay. Oh man, who wrote the screenplay? Not the screenplay for the Will Smith movie, but the attempt that was made before that to make iRobot. I have it up there. I was going to read it while I was reading iRobot, but iRobot was so fucking good. If you haven't read iRobot, I highly recommend it. I think I like it better than the Foundation books that I was reading. And I want to be the guy that hates Asimov. And I'm not trying to say that to be a dick, but it's just like when everyone says this guy's amazing, I want to be like, but is he? You know, I want to be that skeptical guy. But iRobot, man, it is so good. And I honestly think this is one of those books that I could oversell the crap out of and you'll still love it. Because there are books when I oversell them and people read them like, oh, this wasn't very good, you know. But this is a book that I think will just knock your socks off. So, because I'm doing the NaNoWriMo thing, the book I am writing for NaNoWriMo is a kind of futuristic, dystopian, sort of sci-fi kind of thing. So I've been wanting to like dive into that a little bit more. So I'm not very familiar with cyberpunk at all. So I picked up some William Gibson and I read Neuromancer, and this is the exact opposite of what I was just talking about with Asimov. I thought I was going to love Neuromancer like nobody's business, and I really didn't like it. And I think the reason why I didn't like it is that the whole time I was reading it, all I wanted to read was Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. It had kind of that same feel, but it just wasn't as good. And I love gritty stuff. I love noir. I love the hard-boiled kind of thing. But for some reason, this just didn't work. It has all of the... It's one of those things that doesn't make any sense because it has everything in it that I like, so I don't know why I didn't like it. If that makes any sense. If you can understand what I'm talking about and you felt the same way and you could explain it to me better than I'm explaining it to you, please comment down below because I'm really bummed out. Like, I really, really thought I was going to enjoy this a lot more than I did. So what I ended up doing after I read it, I just reread Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and I loved it so much more than I did the first time. I had to go back and give it a better score because it was just so perfect. And when you look at the differences between Blade Runner and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, there are huge things left out of Blade Runner. And when I first read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, I was bummed out that those things were left out. But this time, or like I wasn't bummed out, I was like, God, now I know why these things were left out, because this is fucking boring. I'm just not into this. I do not feel that way anymore. If you haven't read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, read it right now. Like, iRobot and that, pick them up and read them, because they are so good. Like, all the stuff with Mercerism and all the stuff about the animals, it just added so many more levels to this story. I think the one thing that I still wasn't as into was the Phil Resch stuff, if you know what I'm talking about, and his department. I still think that is so fucking far-fetched. Like, I know it's stupid to talk about things that are far-fetched in something that is, like, speculative fiction, but it just felt wrong. I guess. I'm trying to do this kind of quick because I have family in right now, and they went out to take Zoe to work, and they're coming right back. Um, so other things that I have been reading and stuff like that. I have been. Let me pause it as soon as it comes up. Is it? Oh, it's not going to start. Okay, cool. With my Audible credit, I got El Borak, and Other Desert Tales by Robert E. Howard. This is actually really good. I don't know why I thought I wasn't gonna like love it. I've read an El Borak story before, and it was okay. But I'm only what 27 chapters out of 73. And this is just so exciting and fun. It's just a really, really good, fun story. Like, I mean, not story, but stories. If you don't know who El Borak is, he's basically this guy who is roaming around in like the Middle East, Afghanistan area. It seems like it takes place a little before present day 1920s, that era, like a little bit before that. But I think the one thing that I didn't like, and or at least so far, if you pick up any El Borak stuff, it's basically about this dude from Texas who's been like living in the hills in the Middle East and just like almost like a mercenary, like just kicking butt and taking names and stuff like that. But it's really good. I saw like artists' depictions of what they assumed El Borak looked like in that period, and I didn't like that. But I like the way he's described in this. And because of NaNoWriMo and me and Britt talking a lot about like Brandon Sanderson and his classes and stuff like that on writing and just like proper writing and everything like that. The one thing I will say about El Borak, more so than any other Robert E. Howard stuff that I've read, is that this is tell, not show. And it's still good. But like nothing is shown. Everything is told to you. Like what is happening, what people feel like, what moves this dude did and how it made this guy feel. Like none of it. It's like it's so pulp, like this is exactly what's happening. You're having a good time. So just shut up and enjoy it. So if you want to know like what the difference between show and tell is, when people say, you know, you're supposed to show, not tell in fiction, pick this up because this is how tell is done correctly. If that is something that you're even interested in, okay? So that's that. Is that all I've read? I don't know why I say is that all, because that's kind of a great deal. This was a good reading week because I kind of decided to stay away from everything for a few days. I'm looking around at all my bookshelves trying to see if I forgot anything and put something down. I don't think I did my comic haul for the last chunk of comics I got, so maybe I'll do that again. Yellowtober, I'm gonna do the Yellow Sign probably on Halloween or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. So if you haven't read The Yellow Sign yet by Robert W. Chambers from The King in Yellow, that will be done tomorrow. Yeah, we'll say tomorrow. And that's that. So this is a weird reads. It's in the middle of the week. Or no, it's Monday. Good Lord. But so back to Halloween. Please hang out with us. We're going to have a good time. You'll get a notification if you've rung the bell under this video. you'll at least know when we go live, and we'll be around for a while, so you could come and go as you please and all that fun jazz. So let me know what you're reading, and for those of you who have not received books that I was supposed to send you, I apologize. I realize the box is right there. So I'm very sorry for that. So I will see you guys very soon. Kisses.